Welcome back to another episode of the Canon on the Boom Bust channel. I'm your host Terry, and today talking about the Oscar nominations. Just doing some reactions or whatever. So yeah, let's jump into it. So actor leading role. I'm on the website, and it's just the order they got it in. So actor in the leading role. You got Chalamet, DiCaprio, Hulk, Michael B, and Wagner Mora. Wagner. So Leo, Timothy Chalamet, Michael B, I think been locks this whole time. Ethan Hawke was a bit of a surprise nomination, and then Wagner Mora wasn't a surprise really as we got closer, but going into it was definitely not a name that I heard too much. But Golden Globes and SAG and all that, that name started to get real hot. So did that movie. So there you go. The entire time, not the entire time, since I've seen One Battle After Another, I've always felt and said that Leo did not give an Oscar performance. Every person that I hear talk about him in that movie says the same thing. It's such a different portrayal than we're used to with Leo. And in some ways, sure, but I don't look at Leo like Tom Cruise or somebody or Brad Pitt where, hey, I'm just playing Leo. I feel like there's movies where he's just Leo, but like, even if you think about Inception, Revenant, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django, which I didn't see, and Wolf of Wall Street, very different. Like, I think he plays different sides of a person, and this might be one we haven't seen really. But I look at the Oscars always in terms kind of like certain Olympic sports: degree of difficulty and execution. Leo, high execution, we know that, but I don't think his role was that difficult. Like, he was just a bumbling mess pretty much the whole movie, and he literally did nothing. He accomplished nothing, which we'll talk later is why I think Chase Infinity was such a great, probably the second best performance in the movie, because she did everything without him. Like, he literally didn't get anything done. He just kept messing up and running around in a robe. So I just didn't feel like, oh my God, that was so impressive. One person that probably I think the movie submitted as supporting actor, but I would disagree, that I think really should be in here is Jesse Plemons. And I've seen 3 of these 5, so I can't really step on the 2 that I haven't seen. But out of the movies that I've seen this year, I thought like Emma Stone broke through, because a lot of people's like, she just got too many nominations and all that. But she broke through just because I think the performance was that good. That's how I feel. And I hear a lot of people say that, and every time I hear them say that, I'm like, Jesse Plemons was just as good. Like, the movie doesn't work without, like, they're 2 sides of the same coin. Like, that movie doesn't work without Emma Stone making you question, is she telling the truth or is she playing, like, to save her life? Or sorry, is she lying or is she telling the truth, just to try to get out of the situation? But Jesse Plemons has to make you believe, like, is he dedicated to this truly or is he crazy? And I just thought insane performances. So that's that. But Timothy Chalamet's probably going to win. I mean, it's tough for me, man. I would really say him and Michael B are neck to neck in my personal thing. Again, I haven't seen Blue Moon or Secret Agent. I don't know, like, I haven't seen anywhere anything about Secret Agent, of how to watch it. Blue Moon is on Prime, so I'm probably going to watch that. And I think it's like a one setting movie, and I love those. So, and I don't doubt Ethan Hawke was great, so I'll see it. But I just don't think you're beating Chalamet, and I think he is deserving of best acting. in the lead role, but I also think Michael B is, because he just played two people so perfectly in the movie, so fire. But I really love Marty Supreme too. And again, execution, degree of difficulty. I think both of them executed perfectly the roles. Michael B's was difficult because it was two people, but Chalamet did a lot in that movie. It was a lot of quick dialogue. It was physical. He had to do a lot. So I don't know. Those are pretty neck and neck for me. Oh, one thing I wanted to say before we go further: people need to stop misusing the word snub. It bothers me. This was snub. People use it as if snub means something that deserved to get in didn't get in. That's not what snub means. To snub something is about intentionality. That's about somebody having an issue with you and ignoring you, or whatever, or like ignoring you, not considering you, or actively like trying to dismiss you. That's not what this means. And obviously, sometimes definitions can, I won't say definitions change, but the way people utilize them change in terms of slang and all that. But that's not snub. That's not a snub. Like, you just didn't get in. That's just what that was. And people always talk like it's a dude named Oscar who is sitting in the room making decisions. This is a vote by, first of all, the nominations come from the actual body that, whatever side of the movie sphere that is. So those are the professionals. Those are supposed to be the experts. And then secondly, once the awards come, they are voted on by, I think, over 11,000 people, something like that. Like, this is not 5 people sitting in a room making decisions. It's a vote. It's a vote of all these people, including a lot of people that probably work with these people and stuff. So the idea of people saying this was snubbed, it was not snubbed. It just did not get nominated. And we don't know the votes. Now, if they start sharing the numbers, which they'll never do, and I kind of wish they did, at least for the awards, I wish they would show like how close each person was. But unless they give us the numbers for the nomination, and you showed me that this thing got 0 votes, then you could talk about something being intentional. But this idea of they kept them out, they didn't do this, they didn't, who is this mythical person? You talking about thousands of people. Once you get to that size, which is why the Oscars is so respected, it's just the will of the people. This ain't a decision that was made. This is a vote. So there's that. Yeah, we'll keep moving. All right, so supporting roles: Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi, Delroy Lindo, Sean Penn, Stellan Skarsgård. I've seen three of these. So Jacob Elordi and Frankenstein, I'll be watching soon. I just have not been able to push myself to watch it. I'm not interested. But can't ignore what has been doing this award season, especially now with the Oscar nominations. And he won, I believe, one of the awards, precursors. So I will be watching that. Can't say if he deserves it or not. Stellan Skarsgård is excellent, so I assume he's good. And who else? I saw the other one. So to me, I thought this was a deadlock, and unfortunately it hasn't been, because Sean Penn put on the best performance in one battle after another. I had no idea that was Sean Penn to the credits. I thought it was him because he has that face, but he became a whole different person. And so I just thought that. I love Benicio's part in the movie, but him being nominated is kind of crazy to me. And people were saying that from day one. Again, degree of difficulty, execution. He was cool. He didn't have to do much. So I don't know. That's kind of off to me. Delroy, I thought, is deserving. Had no Like, I did not think he had any chance of getting in. Not only because of the split with him and Miles, but also I just thought this was an area where there's a lot of people that people thought should be in here, including Paul Mescal from Hamnet, who I think was not as good as Buckley, but very good to great. And I would not have been mad if he got in here. So we'll see. We'll see if Elordi is as good as they say. I believe if Skarsgård is as good as I believe him to be, especially like the story centers around him as the dad. So that is for rent on streaming services. It's stupid expensive. So at some point I'm gonna watch it though. I'm very excited. Looking forward to seeing that. And then I'll watch Frankenstein 2. I don't know who wins this. To be honest, Stellan Skarsgård might win. They showed a lot of love to sentimental value. I think one battle after another. I think Sean Penn should win. Like that, to me, hands down, out of the performances I saw, was by far, like, he darn near is a lead in the movie. Like, he carried the movie. And so that's what I think. I don't think Delroy has a chance, but I think it's going to be between Elordi and Skarsgård, probably, which is unfortunate. All right, actress in the leading role. Really, we don't even got to talk about this. Jessie Buckley is gonna win. By far, this is one of the easiest categories. And I was very happy Emma Stone got in for Begonia. Like, they kind of left her out of the discussion for a lot of it, and most of it, which is one of the reasons I hate. One of the things I hate about the award season is a lot of this has nothing to do with the performance. It's always stuff outside of the performance. Oh, she already won. Oh, she's too young. Oh, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't like that. Now, the only thing to talk about here is Chase Infinity not getting in. Now, Chase Infinity should have been ran as a supporting role. They didn't do it because they was running two people in a supporting role, Tiana Taylor and Regina Hall. So Regina Hall was a dark horse. A lot of people talked about her, which was weird because I'm like, she's in a movie for like a minute and a half, maybe total. Like, she was good, but like, I don't know. And so Tiana Taylor won a Golden Globe, and she's got momentum, but still, they probably just didn't put Chase Infinity there because they didn't want to. They wanted to increase the chances for Tiana, and that was a mistake because, I think Chase. Now, let me back up. Out of these, I only saw 2 of the 5 nominees. I haven't seen Song Sung Blue. Sentimental Value, like I said, I'll be seeing that. If I Had Legs, I Kick You, I probably won't be watching that. But I think Chase Infinity definitely gave an Oscar-level performance. I just don't think she should be in this category. So that was that talk, but Jessie Buckley's going to win. All right, supporting role. This is the one that everybody's talking about because it's a battle. So you got 2 from Sentimental Value, which makes me think they probably won't win. You got Amy Madigan from Weapons. I haven't seen that. And she won one of the precursors. And so it'll be interesting. You got Wunmi Mosaku from Sinners. And then you got Tiana Taylor. I don't think Wunmi gave an Oscar-level performance. I love Sinners. Don't think that was an Oscar-level performance. I watched Sinners so many times. I just watched it the other day. She's good. I don't even think the execution was the highest. I think she was good, and I think the role was cool, but she didn't do much. Like, I probably could recite all of her lines. Like, so Oscar level performance is kind of crazy to me. Tiana Taylor, good, not in the movie that much. And I get it, supporting roles can be one scene, but I'm very much on the side of I don't like nominating supporting roles that are like one scene or real small. They did that with the Fablemans. I forgot the dude. I think it was Judd Hirsch. I hated that. I mean, great scene, but I'm like, bro, he was literally in the movie just for that one thing. I'm not nominating him for that. Degree of difficulty not high enough. So Tiana Taylor, great job of what she did. Obviously it's causing a lot of discussion. To me, this should be Chase Infinity right here. I I don't really agree with that. Uh, so I would take Wumi or Tiana out. I forgot some of the other names that people were talking about in this category. Oh, yes. What's her name? Odessa Zion from Marty Supreme. Just saw that not too long ago. She should be in this category. To me, honestly, she had the best performance next to Chase Infinity. Those two should be duking it out, but neither one is nominated. It's just crazy. So I don't know who's gonna win here. That's the interesting battle. Animated feature, or I ain't gonna talk about this. I ain't watching none of these movies or the shorts. Casting is so interesting. It's the new award this year. So the biggest issue is that what's it called? Sentimental Value has 4 acting nominations. 4. And they're not in best casting. And they said they're going to do some more explaining of what the thing is, because they said it's about the process of the cast, not the performance. And I'm like, what does that even mean? And why would that matter? It should be about the performance. So Hamnet, you got, let me back up. Jacoby Jupe should be nominated for supporting role in actor. The little kid from Hamnet he gave one of the best performances. And all this, he's too young, and nah, man, he should be in there. Honestly, again, I don't want to say I take certain people out because I don't know, but I definitely would take Benicio out, potentially Delroy out, and I would put Jacoby Jupe in there. So there's that. So anyway, Hamnet, you had him. He was great. You had his older brother play the version of the character, and that was cool casting, I think. And then, of course, you had the 2 powerhouse performances. Marty Supreme, I think, should win. Marty Supreme, because first of all, I didn't learn this until after watching reviews. The number of people in there that I didn't even know were not actors is crazy. And I don't know them all, but I know that's the dude from Shark Tank who played one of the best roles. You had Odessa Zion, who was newish, and I think she gave an Oscar-level performance. Obviously, you got Chalamet. Then George Gervin was in there. Tyler, the Creator, I thought was excellent. And obviously, he's a rapper, and he's, done some stuff, but he's not an actor. It's his first movie, I believe. And then a bunch of other people that are like non-actors. And then you go and get Gwyneth Paltrow, and I think the casting was meta. I thought that was just all excellent, all around. And you have to be a great director to be able to get those performances out of people who aren't actors, to the point where I was like, I didn't know these people weren't actors. There's so many people in there that weren't actors. And also they had Franz Drescher in there. That's crazy. So anyway, one battle after another, I think deserves that. Secret Agent, I haven't seen, in Sinners. So I've seen 4 of these 5. And like I said, Marty Supreme should win to me. Sinners, great too. Cinematography, Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, one battle after another. Sinners, Train Dreams. I've seen 3 of these. So I still got to see Frankenstein and Train Dreams. Just from what I've seen of Train Dreams, I would not be surprised if that won. I thought cinematography was great in Marty Supreme. One battle after another might actually win it because of that whole car chase scene that everybody's going crazy over. And Sinners was great too, though, with the IMAX shots and all that. So I don't know. This is going to be an interesting category, actually. Costume design. Avatar, Fire and Ash, everybody's up in arms about that. I need them to explain that to me. Just because, we're in the age of technology, we need to know what the rules going forward is. So, because we got special effects, so CGIs and costumes, like, what are we doing? Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. So, haven't seen Frankenstein or Avatar, Fire and Ash. Probably not going to watch Avatar. Will be, and I don't think it's going to win. Frankenstein I'll be watching, but Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners, all period pieces, so we know how that goes. Directing. This might be alphabetical. Okay. Directing, Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, PTA, one battle after another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, Ryan Coogler for Sinners. The only one I haven't seen was Sentimental Value. Hamnet, excellent. Marty Supreme, excellent. One Battle After Another, really good. People love it. Sinners, excellent. And Sentimental Value, I expect to be excellent. We didn't get Guillermo del Toro. I didn't see that movie. I did not think Frank Stein was going to be getting love like this, so we'll see. And then, there's a lot of other directors that some people feel, especially from some of the other foreign films, but I haven't seen those. Look, to me, I think PTA is winning it. Like they are ready to give him the win. I do think Josh Safdie and Ryan Coogler have a a case here, and I think Chloe Zhao too. But most like Safdie, I told you what he did with those actors was insane, and he was also a co-writer. PTA wrote his too, and Ryan Coogler wrote his, but PTA wrote his off based on a book. Marty Supreme is loosely based on a real person. Ryan's is pretty much original, and so I just think it was dope. And we know how Ryan is with his projects these days, where he infuses a lot of culture into it, and I just think that showed up in the writing and in the cinematography and everything. I just think everything was so detailed. So it's probably gonna be PTA though. Documentaries, skip that. Editing, F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners. Didn't see F1. Kind of mad I didn't, but oh well. The rest I've seen, or I didn't see Sentimental Value either. So Marty Supreme editing was great. It was good. The pacing was good to me. It moved quick. It's a Safdie movie, it's kind of full steam ahead. One Battle After Another, I think the editing was cool. I don't really know what industry standards are for editing. For me, when I think about editing though, and how I judge it, it's just kind of like the pacing of it, the flow of the movie, but like when you choose to cut scenes and transition to certain things and how you transition. That's what I think about with editing. And Marty was quick. It was good. I love the big titles when movies do that, like 1992 or London, New York. Like, just let us know where we're at. Let it keep going. I like that. One Battle After Another was a frenetic pace too. It did feel a little bit all over the place, because especially early on we had the time jumps and stuff, but it shows you, like, obviously the belly letting you know she was pregnant, so it was later. And I don't know, it does bounce around a little bit. I don't know if the editing was as tight to me as Marty Supreme. And Sinners, the flow is perfect. The flow of that movie is so perfect. And everybody talks about how, and I got spoilers if you haven't seen Sinners, but I feel like everybody should see Sinners. So the flow of, everybody talks about how the movie lets you know right away in the beginning, hey, this is something supernatural. But then the way the movie goes up to the opening of the juke joint, like, you completely forget. And then right as everybody's heading to the juke joint, boom, you get Jack O'Connell falling out of the sky on fire, and everybody, or smoking, everybody's like, what the hell is going on? And the flow was just so good. I loved it. So I love that editing. Have no clue who's gonna win. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably One Battle After Another, or maybe Marty Supreme. I don't know. I really don't know. International film, didn't see none of these. I know there's a lot of talk about No Other Choice not being in here. So It Was Just an Accident is on Prime Rental. So I probably will see that. The rest, I don't know where they are. I haven't looked at them. And No Other Choice is in theaters, even though it didn't get nominated, but it's in theaters. So I might see it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll definitely see Sentimental. My guess is Sentimental Value is going to win, because it's not going to win Best Picture. All right, makeup and hairstyling. Frankenstein, I think that's, of course. Any Guillermo del Toro movie usually gets in there. Kokohu, I don't know how to say that. Don't know what that is. Sinners, Smashing Machine, The Ugly Stepsister. Heard a lot about The Ugly Stepsister. I need to look it up, see if I can find it. I heard the movie is great. and it's more than just makeup and hairstyling. So I'm curious. Smashing Machine, I think everybody's talking about that because of The Rock, even though from the trailers it didn't look that crazy. But I didn't see that. The only one I've seen of these is Sinners. Sinners for makeup and hairstyling was kind of surprising to me. I don't think the makeup. I mean, there was some makeup like Cornbread's face and Jack O'Connell when he turned full vampire, but for the most part, I guess Sammy Scars. But for the most part, I didn't think it was like standout. So that is kind of surprising to me. My guess is Frankenstein's gonna win this. All right, original score: Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, Sinners. It's gonna be tough. This is gonna be real tough. And a lot of people talked about Marty Supreme should have got in. Scores I'm not good at. I don't really pay attention well to scores and know how to evaluate them. But I really did like Begonia, so I was surprised. But the music played so much into the tension of what was going on, and so I loved that. And then I did love Marty Supreme, so I agree it should be in there. Haven't seen Frankenstein, so don't know. Hamnet was good, little understated, so I don't know if that'll win. One Battle After Another, honestly, I can't recall. Sinners, excellent. Excellent. Ludwig won. I mean, he's been nominated a lot. I don't know that he wins. He might. He might actually. He might win. I think it might win. I'm gonna go with Ludwig. Original songs. I don't know these songs. And then best pit. Well, we could say best picture. So production design: Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners. I did not realize how many of these movies are nominated so much, but I haven't seen Frankenstein. Production on Hamnet, period piece, great. Marty Supreme, great, and they went international. I like that. One Battle After Another, I don't really feel like the production was that crazy. Sinners was good. It was kind of small, but it was good. Out of this group, I probably would go Marty Supreme or Hamnet. So we'll see. I'm trying to think any other movies that I probably would have put in here. I mean, I am surprised Wicked didn't get in here. We'll talk about that later. All right, so sound, F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Surratt. I have not seen Surratt, have not seen Frankenstein at F1, although F1 is sports racing, so I would think that's going to win, especially because it only has a few nominations. But I heard Surratt is the best in sound, so we'll see. And we'll see if I get to see that movie. VFX, Avatar Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World, Rebirth, The Lost Bus, don't know what that is, and Sinners. I only seen one of these movies. Sinners also, this one I flat out disagree. I don't know why this got special or visual effects. That is beyond me. Yeah, I would guess Avatar. I guess, I don't know. Adapted screenplay: Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet. Now I think the screenplays are both going to be great races. Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams. More than likely it's going to be One Battle After Another. Writing, director, and best picture tie pretty heavily together. Although I think Begonia was excellent. Hamnet was really good. I think Begonia was better. One Battle After Another is unique. Train Dreams I haven't seen. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I just think it's gonna be PTA. I really do. I would say Begonia is a strong contender. I might change my mind when I see Frankenstein, Train Dreams, but there's that. And then original screenplay, Blue Moon, which again I think is a one setting thing, so that's always a good screenplay usually. It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners. Also, Marty Supreme I feel like should be an adapted. I thought it was. I don't know if I agree with that being original. I think Sentimental Value has a strong push here. I mean, you got 4 acting nominations, so the story and the best picture. I mean, obviously Sinners has acting nominations too, but I just think from what I heard, it has to be really strong writing. Marty Supreme, it's tough not to want to say yes. Now, it is similar to what Safdies have done before, but it takes some talent to write movies like that where everything keeps well, it keeps moving, but stuff from earlier comes back to haunt you. And so it's not like one domino falls, next domino, next domino. It's really like it's like one boomerang hits you, ricochets, and you getting hit by another boomerang, then the other boomerang comes back and hits you. That's more what it's like. And so that's impressive. I haven't seen this with just an accident, so we'll see about that. Although winning a not or like a non-English movie winning for a screenplay might be tough, but I believe Parasite did that because they cleaned up, so they might have. I don't know. We'll see. But I do think Marty Supreme is deserving. Sinners, I think is deserving, and I think should win. But honestly, I think this is going to be an interesting race with Supreme in here and Sentimental Value. I really don't know. More than likely, what I think is going to happen is a lot of people are going to vote for PTA for Best Director. And since they didn't vote for Ryan Coogler for Director, they're going to vote for him for Screenplay. That's usually, again, like I said, Writing, Director, and Best Picture are always linked. So, but I think the Screenplay races... I think the screenplay, the editing, and the cinematography races are more exciting than people are talking about. So, Best Picture. Best Picture. Best Picture is not in alphabetical order, though. Anyway. So, the 10. Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams. So I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've seen half. Train Dreams and Frankenstein, like I said, I should be seeing those. F1, probably not gonna watch. Not gonna lie to you, because I don't got Apple Plus. And so that'll get me to 7. Secret Agent, I have no idea. We'll see if it comes out. Sentimental Value, I'll be seeing, so that'll get me to 8, and we'll go from there. This is going to be interesting, only because Sinners has so many nominations. So clearly, people like it. However, One Battle After Another has been slated for this for a long time. I would 100% go with Sinners. I don't know. Let me see. F1 I don't think has a shot. Begonia I loved. It's more of an acting movie than a whole movie, a writing movie. Hamnet, same thing. It's more of a performance movie. I would say Marty Supreme for me personally would compete, and I'm expecting Sentimental Value to compete. Secret Agent, I don't even know what it's about. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it, but I'm open to the idea. Anything that I didn't see, I'm open to, except maybe Frankenstein. I just don't see that. But anyway, but I'll watch it. And then Train Dreams. So we'll see. We will see. I just feel like if we're talking about the actual voting process and not my own feelings, I think it's really just between Sinners and One Battle After Another, and I think One Battle After Another gonna win, especially because I think Sinners might win some categories that people aren't expecting, and so I think people gonna compensate for that by voting PTA Best Director and for voting One Battle After Another Best Picture. Because I don't think One Battle After Another is going to win any acting. Although I think it should win Best Supporting. Tiana has a great chance, but something tells me Amy Madigan might win that. And I didn't see Weapons, by the way, if I say that. So that's that. Now, the last thing I'll say is Wicked for Good was shut out. And it should have been. I take that back. Production design and costume makeup surprised it didn't get in there. A lot of people talking about the press tour and all that. Look, what it comes down to, and I know it's subjective. The movie is bad. I won't even say the movie's bad to me, but what is not subjective is the writing did not make sense. I don't care if you liked it, if you're okay with it. Objectively, in terms of like logic, the writing did not make sense. And it's hard to sit here and watch a movie with so many plot holes and so many logic leaps and say that it deserves to be a best picture, to say that it deserves any acting nominations, anything outside of the crafts. That's how I feel personally. So in the song, I do think that was interesting. Now I don't know the other songs, so I can't say against those. Even though K-pop Demon Hunter is gonna win anyway, but I am very shocked that the girl in the bubble or whatever it was called, the one Ariana did, I'm shocked that didn't get nominated. But the movie was not good. I've been saying that since I saw it. I don't understand what the push was. The reviews were not good. It made money, but not as much. Fans were not into it as much. But there was a group of people that just was like, Ariana Grande is getting nominated no matter what. Her and Cynthia Erivo. And I'm like, Cynthia's performance was not as good as the first one. I think, see, the problem is when I say you don't get an acting, is because even though I do believe Ariana Grande gave a better performance this time around, and she was good the first time, but they gave her more to do, it's because the writing is bad. And so when you are doing a great performance, but the scene doesn't make sense and we don't care, then the acting doesn't hit as hard. So I just didn't think there was ever a shot for them to get in. And especially as you get to see more movies and it's just so many more deserving performances. So there is that. I think that's what everybody was talking about with the Oscars, and that's what I thought about it. So we will see. I will revisit right before the awards. Hopefully I will have seen most of these movies, the major players. I'm not seeing like every short and all that, but definitely gonna try to knock out the Netflix movies. In fact, I might try to watch one tonight. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not looking forward to watching Train Dreams or Frankenstein. I tried multiple times to turn it on. My body wouldn't let me. I wanted to watch something else. So this is one I'm just have to suck it up and go through. Like the premise don't sound cool. Like Train Dreams premise don't sound good to me. Even though I love Joel Edgerton. And Frankenstein, I don't care. I don't care about. There's a lot of these like Poor Things. I'm sure there's more. And then we got The Bride coming up. And I feel like there was another one that was Frankensteinish recently. It's too much. I don't want to do the Frankenstein stuff no more. But I will because it got so many nominations. So anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share around, get the convo started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and then remember, if you heard it, it's official canon.